Hi entrepreneurs, and welcome to another Starting a Business e-learning video class. This is Tony Brancatella, and today we'll be looking at the last piece of the marketing puzzle, which is promotion. In promotion we have 4 segments. We have advertising, sales force, publicity, and also sales promotion. So we'll look at all 4 of them, but just a little bit in background, a little bit about promotion. It's a term that we use frequently, and it refers to raising customer awareness of a product, brand, and generating sales. And it also creates brand loyalty. Also promotion, all the tools available for communicating, marketing communication is in promotion. But promotion is not just marketing, or not just advertising, sales force, publicity, and sales promotion as you got in front of there. As you know, I already have given you a little project to do with content marketing and how important it is to look at marketing in a completely different direction or way. Today, we connect with your customers, which nowadays is considered to be your audience, through stories. So, marketing in general in the world has completely changed. Today we are connected globally from continent to continent. We can talk to just about anybody, and we could reach just about anybody and have an audience with just about everybody. But let's go look back a little bit. I'm going to show you some videos of some original ads, and take a look at them, and then we'll get back to promotion.
America runs on Bolivar time.
What cigarette do you smoke, Doctor?
Tens of thousands of doctors in all branches of medicine, in all parts of the country, were asked that question.
What cigarette do you smoke, Doctor?
The brand named most was Camel. Yes, surveys show more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette.
Smoke Camels, the cigarette so many doctors enjoy.
Today we celebrate the first glorious anniversary of the information purification directives. We have created, for the first time in all history, a garden of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests, obeying contradictory reports. Purification of the laws is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people. One will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
You could have protected me. You could have taken every hit. You could have turned the world upside down so that I would never feel pain. But you didn't. You gave me my freedom. Because you were strong. And now, so am I.
P&G, proud sponsor of moms.
So major companies such as Procter & Gamble have shifted their direction when it comes to marketing and advertising, but unfortunately they still do advertise in good old ways, but a lot of the content they do advertise never gets used. It gets lost into our daily lives, and which we don't see, and it becomes useless in many ways. So useless sometimes that a lot of people don't really care about the brands that are being advertised. In actual fact, the more you advertise, sometimes we don't actually get brainwashed. We just don't like the brand anymore. So less advertising sometimes is good. And sometimes, well, the world has taken over with all our advertising and our daily lives. So it lights up the whole cities and the cityscapes that are around us. So, but what is wrong with marketing? What is wrong with marketing today? How come this is all happening? Why all of a sudden the world is shifting and we're not interested in the old way of advertising and what you see in front of you? So just to give you an understanding how newspaper advertising revenue has shifted. Yes, newspapers have gone down in newspapers sold, but as you can see also in advertising dollars, it also has gone down. So there is a shift. Companies like Red Bull have taken advertising and promotion and marketing in general into a different direction. So they really take it to a different phase, I should say. And a lot of companies on their websites really are leaning towards storytelling, leaning towards content marketing, and really trying to show empathy and trying to connect with customers instead of just trying to get their attention and trying to sell them something. So a lot of companies do this today. They embrace the future of customer engagement. They realize, like I mentioned many times about sales and promotion and about marketing to grow your companies in the future, is you want to save every customer that you have. And the internet has played a very, very big part in this. So another little video just for your entertainment coming up. Take a look at it and then we'll continue.
Ship my pants? Right here? Ship my pants? You're kidding. You can ship your pants right here. You hear that? I can ship my pants for free.
Wow. I just may ship my pants.
Yeah, ship your pants. Billy, you can ship your pants too.
I can't wait to ship my pants, Dad.
I just shipped my pants, and it's very convenient.
Very convenient.
I just shipped my drawers.
I just shipped my nightie.
I just shipped my bed. If you can't find what you're looking for in store, we'll find it at Kmart.com right now and ship it to you for free.
Audiences want stories, content marketing, storytelling, really try and connect with customers at a different level. But the world does go around, and a lot of the promotional segments have not disappeared and will not disappear or go away anytime soon. So let's take a closer look at all four of them. So first one is advertising. So advertising is really paid for communication. Advertising develops attitudes, creates awareness, and transmits information. It's very effective for new products and is most effective for providing information in most cases rather than persuading people. The next one would be Salesforce. And Salesforce, personal selling, one-on-one selling, is a very effective way to manage personal customer relationships. So this is not going to go away either. Sales forces have diminished in the last few years, but a lot of companies have not done away with it, and they won't. They will keep their sales forces because personal selling is very important, depending on also on your product. Salespersons are very trained to respect and to follow the company's mission statement and follow their path and how they believe in their products. So they're they really act, I should say, on behalf of the company or organization. So they tend to be well trained in the approaches, as I mentioned, and they all have certain techniques of personal selling. So if you do take a course in pro sales or sales rep, then you'll see how we can discuss the techniques of personal selling. But one of the best personal sellers we've known, of course, are car salesmen. Now, car salesmen are paid very well. When they sell a car, they have a high profit margin. They get a substantial amount of that in commission. Then there's publicity. Publicity is the movement of information with the effect of increasing public awareness. And it also gains public visibility, I should say, and awareness for a product. So publicity is very important in your structure for your promotional program. Then there's sales promotions. Sales promotions, I would think, in all your projects plays the biggest part. So sales promotions tends to be thought of as being all promotions apart from advertising, personal selling, and public relations. So sales promotions, you can have a whole slew of different types of promotions. You can have buy one, get one free type of a promotion. You can have also promotions that give you percentages off, 50% off, discounts. You can also have discounts. You can have coupons. Coupons are still quite out there. They're not gone away, and a lot of people love coupons. And so the generations that we live in, maybe the younger generations will not touch coupons, but through their phones and through their applications, coupons still live on, through the internet also. And as always, an introductory phase where your products are in the introductory phase, and you basically want to start a new product, and you do have some kind of package to introduce your new product, and you might give a lower price in this case. Or you might also give away stuff. A lot of companies will give you free accessories when you buy certain things. So this is another way you can also promote your products, where you give away stuff. Of course, we looked at also partnering. And partnering, when you do partner, you can give away stuff depending on what it is, discounts from another company, one of your partners. So you can also do that. Let's look at important considerations in promotional decisions. The first one is a stage in the product life cycle. So during the beginning of the life cycle, there maybe need to be more aggressive and informational advertising, while a slowdown in promotions may seem during the later stages of the actual product. The second one would be nature of the product. If a product is not new and it's functioned and it's relatively already in the market, there may be less information needed and more focus on the actual brand itself, and try to connect with the emotional aspects of the product. Also, if you are global, you will run into cultural sensitivity. And cultural sensitivity, if a product is to be launched in a new international market or translated across markets, it becomes important to take into consideration local affiliations and sensitivities. These include both cultural and could include religious also considerations. Often these issues may even present themselves within one country and within one province and within one city. Next one would be a target market and the composition of the target market. So the people who make up the target market need to be considered before committing to a promotional mix. If a market is not tech savvy, let's say, then more traditional means may need to be employed. And also the internet generation used to instant gratification may need to be provided more focused and target messages. This is where content marketing kicks in. The last consideration would be competitor actions and the way they actually advertise. In this case, you might not need to spend money on any kind of advertising method if customers are used to a certain way. Depending on the market itself, you might be able to save money here. So let's look at now at promotional strategies. There would be the push strategy and the pull strategy. If we look at the push first, as the name indicates, this is when the product is taken to the customer by the company. This is mostly used when the product is an impulse purchase or if the company has an established relationship with the customer base. So companies may sell directly from their showrooms or at trade shows or in their stores. Essentially, there is less need to create an advertising buzz and more to make the product readily available at retail outlets. So push marketing may focus primarily on short-term sales. If now we look at pull strategy, this is the opposite approach. This is where they pull the customers towards the product through mass media campaigns. So here, the sales promotions and personal references, a company attempts to create brand loyalty and attractiveness. Pull strategies may attempt to focus on primarily on long-term brand loyalty than high sales in the short term. So a lot of media hype and mass campaigns are required to create sufficient interest and encourage customers to seek out the product on their own. So most companies will use a combination of both strategies at different points in time. Let's now look at managing promotion through the product cycle. So as briefly mentioned before, different stages of the product life cycle require different types of promotional activities and strategies. This will help prolong the life of your product. So the first stage, introduction stage, major promotional campaigns and activities in this stage. Really here you're using up all the promotional mix possible to try to attract customers. So the aim here is to provide detailed information about the product, its features, and benefits. So special offers and promotions may also be used to pull in customers, while in some markets, push strategies may be used also at the same time. Here are some examples of products in introduction stage. Let's now look at the growth stage. Here is a shift in strategy from information to more emotional aspects. So once the product is established and accepted, there will be that shift. So the aim here is to increase brand awareness, create strong brand equity, and foster a long-term customer loyalty. Next one will be maturity. This is where very stiff competition and products are very, very similar, and promotional activities are needed here to create product differentiation. So the features here that fulfill needs and are quite unique in the marketplace. The last stage, decline. Promotional activities here are really winding down, and very once in a while there might be an occasional reminder, but really this is where the product is in its last phase and there's really not money to be spent here to promote the product. So that gives you an idea about promotions, and we have looked at the full circle of promotional mix, and I just want to show you something here that could help you develop your marketing plan for your business plan, I should say. It's the world's shortest marketing plan. You can pause the screen here and try to answer some of these questions for your project. If you look at product, you can answer what products do you need, what does it fill, when do you need it, and so on. Price, what price will you sell for, why is that the right price, and how long will that price be valid. In place, how will products be distributed, why choose these channels, and when do customers choose different channels. Promotion, what types of promotions be used, why choose these activities, and how will the promotions be executed. So you have a whole bunch of questions here that could help you do your marketing plan. If you answer some of these questions, you'll have a pretty decent marketing plan covering all bases, as we say. So just to finish off, the marketing plan is an integral and important part of your business plan. It focuses on how you spend your resources, and it'll increase the chances for your success. It will also make you understand your business better and your overall industry. So one last tip for your business plan and your business plan and your marketing plan, I should say, is to use SMART. And plan should be SMART. So specific is the S, and setting a sales target is the example. It has to be measurable. You can check to see if your targets are being reached. It has to be achievable. You need the resources of people and money. Realistic. Targets should motivate and not be so unattainable that they demotivate. And last but certainly not least, time. Defined. Here you define it by numbers. So let's say an example, in your first week you will get 10 customers in your store or 10 customers online. Great. So this is the end of marketing mix and marketing. We will go on to module 5, which is operations. And so if you have any questions for me, please write them down and bring them to class, and we will see you next time.